Hey, this is the Kings of Rice,
This is Ultima.
and this is MGT Cast.
Yay!
Take it away.
So, I was trying to come up with a subject for this one, and so I was just scrolling through like stuff, on the internet and whatnot, and I came across rage quitting, and I was like, oh, that's a fun one because most people have experienced this, whether people have rage quitted on you or rage quitted yourself. But I don't want to just stick it to like, oh, I quit, or like you hop out of a game. Just like in general, when games, get the best of you, and you just give up. Like a few years back, and Rice will always tell me it wasn't that bad.
It's really not. To this day, it'll never be. Anyway.
Mega Man 9. Wily's Castle was a real pain in the butt, and because most Mega Man games up to this point, hard or not, usually you would get a checkpoint when you beat any section of Wily's Castle, or like a password to get back to that part of the castle. Well, in Mega Man 9, you had to beat the castle all in like one go. And this game was already incredibly hard because, it's a throwback to like... And nowadays, when they throw back to old games, they're even harder than the originals. So, this game was just absolutely brutal. And Wily's Castle was just the worst. And I seriously spent like a week staying up till like 3 a.m, like every night, trying to beat this game, and I couldn't beat it. I seriously contemplated my life at one point and what I was doing with it. That's how bad this game got me. What about you, man?
Well, I wouldn't say I had it so bad I had to contemplate my life, but there was this this instance back when during the first year of Final Fantasy 13. And I made it to a certain point. I'm not quite sure. I don't really remember where it was, but I remember what I was doing. I was trying to fight a boss. And after, say, about... I guess for like a week, like during a week, like about 3 to 4 hours like a day, I continuously... back and forth, trying to just fight this boss, because at certain points you're just like, I want to avoid these fights and I just want to fight this boss and get it over with.
Yeah.
I could not beat this boss. And so after getting shut down constantly by him, I decided I was upset enough that I put down the game for 4 to 6 months.
Whew.
And then eventually sometime after that point, I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and do this thing. So eventually, I went through it with a clear mind, and solid focus, I guess you can say.
Relaxed, renewed sense of desire.
Yeah.
To finish.
So like I decided because there was plenty of enemies between me and the boss, so I decided to clear out every single enemy, weak or not, and then and then I would go back, because eventually the monsters would just reappear. So I would go back to each area, I would defeat them again, and I would come back to the save point, save it, go back through, and then once I've leveled up enough, I went back and eventually I beat it. So I didn't break any controllers over it. So
have you ever broken a controller?
Oh, I've broken many controllers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I guess you could say I had a bit of an attitude on me in games, like especially it wasn't more like, it wasn't really over the whole thing about like losing games. It was like more like I had to give the game up, basically. So that's its own kind of thing, though.
Okay.
So yeah.
I remember with Final Fantasy 13, there was this one boss. It was a different boss than the one you were talking about. And I don't remember what, that's the thing, I feel like I forgot almost all the bosses in that game except for the end boss.
Mm-hmm.
But he would do this combo where it felt like he wouldn't stop attacking me until I died.
Yeah.
And So in that game, if the character you're controlling dies, it's game over.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, that boss wasn't hard. So
Yes.
he wasn't hard.
Well, see, that's the thing that got me is like, you know, I don't know anyone that had a particular hard part with that boss, but like for whatever reason, every time I fought him, and like I cycled all the characters I could in that situation, and at one point I took Snow was like the tank in that game. You know, he was like the beefy guy. He had like the most HP, all that defense, yada yada yada, and freaking. I gave him all the things to make his HP higher, you know, all that stuff. And like, it all it seemed to do was extend the combo he would do on my character. Where normally he would stop at like Lightning's like 2,000 HP, he would now just keep going through Snow's 4,000. And I too had to stop that game for a few months. That game was actually really hard when I think back on it.
Well, I mean, it was just like, you know, it was one of those things where like it was a different game than what we were used to playing normally. I mean, 12 didn't help anything either, but that's a different story.
Oh yeah, that's a cast for another time.
Yeah. So, what is it like? I guess we can talk about another story, one that particularly hurt me.
Oh yes, that's right. I don't think we've told this yet on this channel, but it's a heartbreaking fun story that I was a part of.
Except I took it harder than normally I would normally would.
I mean, it was rough, but Rice took it exceptionally.
I don't know, it just happened. But okay, I'm just gonna tell the story. So basically, what went down was what went down is we were doing a mission. It was I don't really remember what it was called, but it was like I mean, people who play Payday 2 will know that it's a port warehouse on the water where there are PMCs guarding it, and you have to steal as much as you can without getting caught. So basically, what it does is if you get caught, you have 60 seconds to leave, or else you fail the mission. So me and Ultima, you know, as the team we are, we got our plan together, and then we were just like, you know, I went in to steal the stuff, he went in to recover the stuff. So basically, I threw everything in the sewer where he would recover it, bring it to the van. So we were at a high point, which means like we were leaving with the rest of it, like we had all of it. So we were leaving, and Ultima happened to be with me up top, so we were up on the roof. So we were coming down. We were using the route where we jumped from the roof to to a I guess you could say to a set of stairs, and so you would have to land on a rail to survive the jump, or else you don't have to land on the rail, but it's like a way so you don't take any damage, I imagine. So we did that, and we would run off. So what happened was Ultima went off the roof first. He instead of hitting the rail, he missed the rail and fell straight down.
Oh yeah.
And so he hit the ground. He went down. He started to bleed out. So he's like, dude, I'm down. I'm like, oh god, what the hell? And so like I went down. I was like, okay, I got this. I've done this a lot. You know, I've soloed this mission plenty of times on my own. And so I go to get off of it. Lo and behold, I miss the rail and I fall straight to my death.
Ugh.
All right, this would have been our biggest score on Payday ever.
Oh, absolutely. And like we've gotten, it was like a super hard mission. 2, we got everything. We got even the things you didn't need to get as like mission success or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, dude, it was. I literally quit like gaming for like 2 months. Like we're not talking about totally quit gaming, but like I played, I guess, an hour here and there. But I couldn't like sustain myself while playing games.
You couldn't find the joy that you once had while playing.
And then I ended up having a bit of an attitude problem.
Oh, so, he was very salty, especially that first week that happened. He was just super salty.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm over it at this point.
Yeah,
but
that's good. I mean, maybe we'll do it one day.
I mean, it's coming. Yeah, and whenever we pick that up. But enough about us. Let's talk about people.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Why do you rage quit? I guess it's like, what do you gain from rage quitting? Actually, you gain nothing from rage quitting.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think what we're talking about now is like specifically like you're online playing a game against people, and before the game's over, you just leave because you're losing.
Yeah, and then what? I mean, do they think that erases what just happened? The game knows you did it. Your team knows you did it eventually, and then eventually the enemy team knows you did it also. So, I mean, then you're just a scrub.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck? You know, in particular, I mean, it happens in every game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, disconnects aside, like, I mean, do you really get that upset that, like, oh, I'm gonna quit this game, like, cause, you know, it's dumb. Like, it just doesn't get me, because, like, I can take losing graciously. I don't have a problem with losing. Hell, we just played Heroes of the Storm. We've just lost 3 straight. Like,
we're the only ones to say good game at the end.
Yeah, I mean, hell, like, let's just wave our hands and congratulations. You guys did a good job. Although I mean, we always like to win, but you know, it's not always.
I mean, yeah, of course. I'm not saying you have to like losing. I'm not saying that.
I mean, who likes losing?
Exactly.
But I mean, it you know, you don't gotta turn off your systems. You ain't gotta unplug your internet. You ain't gotta break no controllers. Come on. I mean,
that's the thing. It's like some people. It's like, oh, they'll turn off their system and then turn it right back on and get back on the game, and it's like,
that's a lot of wasted time.
Yeah. You go through all that. It's like, well, you could have just lost.
You could have just lost.
And I mean, like a lot of games that this is really prevalent is like first-person shooters.
That's
a
big
Call
one.
of Duty and all that.
It's a big one.
And like the thing that gets me about that is like there's always a score limit. So if you're really getting beat that bad, it's not like it's gonna have to go on forever.
Yeah, it's not like you're forced to be there with a gun to your head.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, that's
I guess it kind of is a gun to your head. But.
Yeah, because well, I mean, you know, I mean, either way, you're gonna quit regardless. So it's like, I mean, for me, if I lose that bad, and if I'm having a real issue with it, I just get off. I'm not gonna keep playing and you know, and revert myself to a small child.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. There's a difference between like, oh, it's all right, game's over. I'm done playing for right now.
Yeah.
After the game's over, it's like everyone does that. That's fine. But it's like, come on, man, just finish the game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna light my house on fire or anything.
I really hope that I wish I could say I'm sure that's never happened. That's probably happened.
Well.
Oh.
Well, there's that sound. So.
You know what that means?
It means we need to wrap up. So in summary. What the hell, like, you know, keep your quitting to a minimum. What the hell? Like, have fun with your games. I guess if you're rage quitting, you're not having fun, but...
I mean, if it only affects you, that's fine to quit. If you're in a game with other people... Also, yeah, that's one more thing. You are also leaving your teammates out to dry if you quit a team game.
Yeah. That means you ain't a team player, you're just a scrub.
Basically.
Yeah, so don't be a scrub. And if you're an adult, be an adult about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, lose graciously like the rest of us do. I mean, we're all going to be a little salty about it, but...
It only takes 2 letters, guys. GG.
It's not like you're losing anything. Well, I guess with that said...
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. MGT Cast, Kings of Rice, ZT Ultima.
Yes, sir.
Next time.
Next time.